Hello everyone and welcome to the map Ley Lines here, and welcome to the January 2025 Viewer Challenge. Yes, be kicking things off the first match of the day here. The blue Protoss pieces, the upper right corner is Action. And their opponent here, the red Zerg drones, the bottom left corner, it is SC2. And it would appear that a probe is already on the way. We have a forge. Alright, speed it up. Quick. Viewer challenge. Info Alarak.
You are unworthy of my conversation.
Very well. Thank you for your contribution, as always. Yes, the viewer challenge for this month, ringing in the new year with a bit of fiscal responsibility, I will say, a bit of budgeting, perhaps. I asked willing participants to stay below 30 active workers. Yes, low economy games, which I was hoping would result in some rather explosive, aggressive plays, but also perhaps somebody gets a little creative. We have a long, low economy match. The hope is there. The idea, certainly. This is not the right place to be cannon rushing, though. Like, you're supposed to destroy the natural action. Like, your opponent doesn't even know about this. Like, this is how they find cannons. Like, yeah. So, as a Zerg, what do you do at this point? Probably, like, either panic or don't panic. And that would be an accurate assessment, of course. Are you taking the drone? Oh, battle is joined. The drone should win it. The drone wins it. The probe, it deleted, already vaporized. 4 cannons to its name with 0 kills on those cannons. Really? Okay. Well, the rush is ended. The rush is over, I suppose. The cannons now will probably be decorative for a few minutes, I would say. At this point, the Zerg... Oh, they're already doing it. Okay, they know. They've got the Roach Warrant. Get a couple Ravagers. Maybe an Ovi? You don't actually have vision. Yeah, park an Overlord, like, right here, so that you can actually shoot the cannons with the biles. Okay, because you're gonna have to go into cannon range if you don't see them. Hello? Hello? Okay, so you can get the one. Yeah, you just gotta be really careful if you're not using an Overlord. I guess it's fine. Guess that's okay. The Zerg, they're gonna do their thing. So far, everybody, of course, adhering to the challenge requirements. I said 30 workers, which, as you StarCraft Grandmaster players here all know, I'm sure, is slightly more than 1 base saturation, so you get a little bit on that natural. I had an interesting back and forth, I would say, when I talked about the challenge about mules. How do mules play into this? And we ended up saying that mules do count as workers. So a Terran can choose whether or not they want, a bunch of SCVs or a bunch of mules, but you can't have both unless you are really good with the math and you're keeping it under 30. So we'll see if there's any Terran submissions at all. I'm not actually privy. Holy moly, are you trying to run these up the ramp? Quit. Just make an Overlord. You have 4 right here. Over Fords, okay? Oh my gosh, what are you losing now? Was that that looks like a Zergling. Really? Just throwing a Zergling away. Alright, what's the Protoss doing with all of this time? As you know, Of course, it was started with a cannon rush, so it's gonna go into either Dark Templar or Void Rays, probably. And we already saw the Stargates. I left those on screen, of course, for a very important reason, because we've figured out which one it's going to be. The APM, we're not actually sure. Are you even here? Also, holy moly, Zerg. Oh. Making a bunch of lings, getting everything done now. They've sacrificing the Ravager to the Blood God. Thank you, of course. The Blood God appreciates your appeasing offering here. Void Rays will be the choice, which will be fine as long as they don't get hit by a corrosive bile, I suppose. There's not really any anti-air. You don't have any queens. Hold up here. Oh, there we go. Queens finally on the way. The Zerg, they decide, I've cleared some of the cannons. I cleared all of the cannons, and now I'm mad. I'm angry. I'm gonna destroy my opponent's unbuildable plates. Yeah. I'm gonna help him out with that. We're not too sure. We're really not sure what's going on. Oh, the Void Rays show themselves, actually. We'll find a bit of Zerglings over here. And do we panic? A slight panic, I would say. We're not too sure what to do with the army. Here's a hint. You go. You attack with the army, because he's got to pull those voids home. Oh, alright. So the Bile Micro might actually turn out to be okay. The Zerg player, they know their stuff, at least here. We've got the Corrosive Biles hitting the air units. The Protoss decides to just go hit the hatchery. The Protoss knows the strat. You just go to your opponent's base, because then their army's not at your base. The Zerglings here to offer emotional support, I suppose, against the Voids. Not a whole lot else, though. They got speed at least, so they can emotionally support that much faster. Piles. Desperately trying to hit it. The Spire's on the way, which is a very excellent choice. Oh god, don't charge them up. Oh god, it does nothing up against Queens. Protoss, don't charge them up. Okay. It's armored units only, and Queens, their armor is a complete excellence. Okay, royal majesticness. Oh god, you're killing your own drones. Isles. Get him, Queen. Oh, the backup Queen. A sick transfuse. They will be successful. Queens do pick off the Voids. The Spire's gonna complete, and the Protoss has decided to go from Void Rays to more Void Rays. We have a Stalker cataloging the local forestry. Okay, that's fine. Probes. We're not just building probes, we're moving probes, okay? The Lings find their way into the very open and unguarded natural here. It's up to the 3 Void Rays. The whole position on the Zerglings. They're going after the Nexus now. I agree with the choice. The Void Rays. Wait, really? Really? We're not even gonna try? You have 3 Void Rays. There's no, like, formal anti-air here. You just have to not get hit by the Biles. Well, let's see here. They both did succeed in the challenge, because looking even just total, 29 probes total and 16 drones total. So they both did plenty fine. Everybody's okay, actually. Well done. Thank you for the submission. That was at least part of exactly what I was hoping for, so thank you very much. That's not all for today, though, folks. Onwards to the next match. The next match shall be played on the map Neon Violet Square here. Another Protoss here, occupying the upper left corner. Good luck, they say. It is War TC. What's the TC for, I wonder? The world may never know. Whoa, wrong one. Another Zerg, alright, another PVZ. Have things here today. We've got in the bottom right, Rip Maya Noose. Noose has an E at the end, though. Good sir. The extractor trick. Creative Zerg plays, I see. Oh, God, another forge. Is this all that we have? Dirty, cannon rushing Protoss. At least this one. I'll give it time. Hang on. They might decide to do it again. APM's a bit higher on this one. But maybe they know. I think they know. Supposed to go for the natural. A decoy pylon, maybe? Oh my gosh, the double probe, too. Oh, this Protoss knows their stuff. The Zerg's taking the bait, too. I like this. A decoy pylon. Ooh. They're looking. They brought 4 drones, which I'll say is good. It's not an overreaction. Unfortunately, it's an underreaction to what's actually going on. Oh my god, that's a gateway. Whoa. Well, they know about it now. This is suddenly very bad. That's an excellent spot, too. Cannon's totally protected. A war TC here, an experienced cannon rusher, someone not quite new to the business. I think this probe might be stuck, too, though. Yeah, maybe. Recall exists. We'll see if they actually recall the spell, though. A few Zerglings made go across the other side. There will be a defensive cannon and a full wall off, so I think the Protoss should be all fine. Gateway. Second gateway. Oh, it's back at home. Okay, gotcha. Well, the Queen's gonna start to pick apart the pylon at the base of the ramp. You just sack the hatch at this point. There's no saving the right now. Not in the slightest. Make what you can from the larva. I would have tried to make a queen from it, I think, but at this point, oh gosh, even a zealot's coming out too. Broodlings, very angry. Obtained from dead hatchery. Queen on the high ground here. Zealot v Queen. Oh god, does the Zealot win? That doesn't seem fair. Holy moly, I think the Zealot might actually win that. I've never tried that. I'm not sure I've ever actually seen that. 1 Zealot versus 1 Queen. Okay then. Well, Ling's finding out why you need a lot more than 4 Lings to actually deal with a couple of cannons here. No replacement base coming up from the Zerg just yet, so we might be in for a little bit of a rough ride again. This Protoss actually deciding to unlock the esteemed and renowned Warp Gate technology. We've also got a Stargate, so we'll see what the follow-up is. This is starting to feel very familiar. Deja vu, perhaps. Roach Warren on the way. Zerg knows what they need. Working on that stuff. What are you trying to get? Trying to make a queen here. Oh, no, not trying to make a queen. Making a lair instead. Okay, worker count so far. Everybody's doing fine. If the Protoss is the submitter, though, they might want to hit the brake pedal on it because they don't actually have another Nexus yet. There's not much point in going, to 30 workers on one base unless you're trying to mine it out really quick. They might just stick around here, though, because they're still fully walled. Not really indicating they want a second. It's a Void Ray, really. Protoss, you could be a little creative, okay? Be slightly unpredictable in your dirty shenanigans here. War TC. This probe is still trapped over here, too. Recall? Recall? No. Not a... You know what? We looked at the probe, we stared at it for a minute, and then we said, battery. That's what I need. Probe is stuck. I love it. Void Ray comes out from the Stargate over here. There's a few Ovies, a few scouting Lings too, but Nothing too major. The Zerg appears to be going for a Spire again. Familiar choice. Absolutely correct in this situation. Probably want to get something to deal with the Void Rays that are coming. This Protoss, though, is not quite the same. No, they're not just sticking to Void Ray production. They are also making a few Stalkers. So we'll see how that will actually come into play here. The Void Ray is going to find a few Zerglings. Things are rather quiet on all fronts right now. Got a second hatch in the main. The Zerg has decided to just fully commit to being on one hatch economy. They're only at 16 drones total. They could stand to make a few more, but they're probably feeling the pressure because this Protoss is making another move. Stalkers at the bottom of the ramp. Be successful getting rid of one of the spines, which I would say is a pretty decent trade. Trading one Stalker for one spine at this point. Spore Crawler going to take its place, help out against the Void Ray. I like the decision. The Spire's done, but of course the Zerg has nowhere near, and you're going for mutas? Nowhere near enough money to actually make enough mutas, I would say, to be a threat. I mean, this player, they've only got 8 Stalkers, but still 8 Stalkers beats 2 mutas, quite laughably. The Zerg player deciding to just keep on adding queens, which I think is the best choice you could make at this point. That would be totally fine. Does the Protoss have blink? No, no blink. No blink at this point. Enough queens should be able to deflect the voids, which will deny the high ground vision to the Stalkers, make things a lot harder for them to push up. Batteries helping out. Protoss, home front, decides it's time to actually unlock the door. 7.5 minutes later. Okay. 29 probes. This Protoss is sitting on. Do they still have a probe over here? They do. I see him. Yeah, he's down there. You have to keep doing the probe check. Place your bets now, I suppose. What happens to the probe? Option 1, recall, I would say. Option 2, the Zerg destroys it. Option 3, it stays here the rest of the game. Just nothing. Nothing happens. That's... I'm thinking... I'm going to go with it's going to stay here the rest of the game. I think we're just going to forget about the probe's existence. That the Zerg, I don't think they're going to necessarily destroy all this stuff. I think they're going to bust out. They'll get rid of this cannon and then go destroy the base. Or at least attempt to destroy the base. I shouldn't say fully destroy, because the Protoss is moving around the map, helping out with a little bit of defensive stuff here. Did the mutas actually do anything? Not too sure. Kills 0. Kills 1. Oh shoot, the mutas actually did something. I'm guessing they probably went and got a probe on the other side. I was a little too busy thinking about how unfortunate the one probe over here is. The voids, you're throwing them away. Okay. Interesting choice. Probe, check, still here. Still here, nothing happened. The Zerg gets a bit of a win on the board, though, getting rid of the Void Rays at least. It's going to make things a lot harder for the Stalkers to move up. No. No. Just barely. You could actually see the drone, but I'm guessing our Protoss friend here didn't actually notice the drone. Mutas swooping in again, helping to keep that worker count low. No matter who is the submitter at this point, they're both participating. The drone does make it out of the base. Zerg decides not to go with another hatchery, though, adding on 6 more mutas, which I think is actually a fine choice. The mutas have been mildly successful so far, and get enough of them together, you might actually be able to contest the Stalkers. Probe, still here. Oh, no. 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 What are you doing? Oh, forcing the Protoss to attack the nearby rocks and debris. That's helpful, at least. And then just funnel up the ramp. Oh, that hurts. Oh, I'm going to lure the Stalkers up here, make them take a few free hits. It's helpful, but the Protoss, at this point, the Protoss, you're doing fine. You just need to actually get some semblance of an army together. You've seen mutas. Okay, we need to move towards, I would say, Archons, knowing what I have seen about this match so far. Maybe some Archons. I mean, you could try Phoenix, but I think that might be a little ambitious. I would say just get a bunch of Archons together and go across the map and punch him in the face. You know where he is. Stalkers and Archons, it'd be fine. No, the muta's gonna help out. Oh no, don't kill the probe. Not like this. What? Option 2. Winners. If you had placed your bet, you figured the Zerg was gonna destroy it, you won. I would say not in the idea that I would have thought they'd go for it. They didn't clear the barricade. They just sniped the probe. They said, that probe in particular, gone. Get him out of here. Alright, deleted. Rip the probe. Recall was never recalled, never remembered. Muta's moving into the main base, taking a bit of damage here. Probes will suffer the most losses, it looks like. Battery helping out. Luckily no battery overcharge to continue to help out, though. It's not quite enough mutas, I would say, to stick around and engage everything all at once, but certainly keeping the worker count nice and low, I would say. Both of these players. I'm assuming only one of them is knowingly participating in the challenge. The other one is just getting strung along. Well, the Stalkers, actually everything was brought back home, so we didn't recall, but we did remember the F2 key, Indigos. Oh god, and then you lured them finding the creep over here. Luckily there's no drones. Luckily not any sort of drone production at this point. Stalkers, everything's grouping up together. We got Blink now. We're working on +1 ground attack, blinking away from broodlings there. Queens taking advantage of the fact that the Stalkers are probably not right here because we just saw them way over here. Get rid of at least one of the cannons. That's helpful. A little victory there. Good play. Mutas, once again, contending with the probes. One Phoenix was made, which is somewhere between probably more than you should have made and way not enough. Okay. I'm going to go with the former. Way more than you should have made. I said Archons. Okay. Phoenix is an ambitious choice. You need quite a few of them. You need anion pulse crystals, and then you got to babysit them. And that's a lot of work. Okay, nobody really wants to do that. Oh, mutas. Oh god, get the cannon at least. Thank you. Destroy the cannon. Stalkers returning home, helping out with the defense here, and the Queen's moving forward. Get a tumor down here. Tuma. Creep Tuma. No, alright. Just get rid of the pylons, I suppose, then. Taking out the pylons. It's a struggle back and forth here. We got no upgrades, too, which not helping. I would say not really making things any easier. The Stalkers, not too sure what to do with their lives now, their existence in question. Everybody's gone to the production table, and we've come up with, I'm going to make a cannon in my natural. The Zerg does finally clear, I'll say, the Protoss barricade here. They should be able to take their natural at the 14.5 minute mark. And they're both deciding to just silently stay on 17 active workers. Protoss finally queues up a couple probes here and is checking for bingo bases, it would seem. Nothing coming up, though. No. Oh, we just had it rallied. Ooh. The attack rally. I like it. Okay. Mutas on the other side. Coming in again. Swinging. And a hit, I would say. There's definitely enough mutas. Zerg's like, you went above 17 workers. Not supposed to do that. Stalkers blinking once again here. Hatchery on the way at the natural. Stalkers contending with the Queens. I think the Queens should be able to handle this. They are watching. Transfuses are going out. Solid transfuse micro, too. Very nice. Keeping everything alive here. The blink micro is non-existent, what we'll call it. Oh, it's existent. Okay. That's about as good as I can call it. It exists. Good job. There we go. A bit of a creep highway is being built around all of the structures in the center here. The Zerg might be aiming for a queen walk. Protoss working their way up back to 23 workers. Muta count at 13, which is actually pretty solid, I would say. Able to deal with most things on the map right now. We've got 1 Phoenix, 9 Stalkers. We're going to go for the probe line again here, pulling the Protoss back home. The Phoenix testing its life, luck, and fate today. Only 5 hull left on the Phoenix. Oh, the sick blink down to the low ground. You get him. Blinking again here. The Mutas. We'll actually pick off one of the Mutas, unfortunately, where 1 falls, 7 will take its place, it would seem. Good old Zerg production. Zerg actually did add on a few more drones here, sitting at a comfy 22 now. This is actually, I would say, the other half, the other part of what I was hoping to see. We've got ourselves a longer game where they both stayed on a low economy. Like I said earlier, I think probably one willingly and one less so willingly. But they're both doing it. It's still under 30 workers. We've so far lost quite a bit of probes. Really, only 1 drone's been killed. Okay. Well, certainly killed a lot of probes at this point. Great observer placement, able to keep an eye if the Mutas are juggling around here. The Queen's deciding to commit a bit more to the creep highway. I think that is going to be the plan. Seems to be the goal here. Muta Queen, huh? Not a bad option. No, it's totally fine, actually. At this point, though, instead of, the creep highway, you could have, just made it Nidus. Like, we've had plenty of time. The main gases are mined out. You don't actually have any gas income right now. What? 0 gas income. Muta count has risen to 15. Drone count sitting at 20. Adding on some Zerglings behind this. The Phoenix count has grown to actually substantial numbers. Now they're able to fight with the Mutas. Really would like to see a fleet beacon, though. Get that anion pulse crystal. Make that attack a beautiful purple. Give them that plus range is what it actually does. That's the real reason, the benefit. You go for that here. Nothing. Queen's still just doing their thing here. Oh, the Mutas might try to lure the Phoenix. Unsuccessful. Protoss not taking the bait. Behind this, not really doing a whole lot, though. If you're going to commit to the Phoenix, I would love to see a second Stargate and a fleet beacon. If you decide not to commit to the Phoenix, then you really should get something else. You have a Twilight done. Where's my Templar archives? Sitting on a lot of gas here, Mr. TC. Could be getting some Archons. Add them in with the Stalker army, and then go across and start punching. Zerg player, they're, I think, doing what they think they probably should be at this point. Of course, I could say build a few more drones. Maybe we don't have to be at 18. We could be at like 28 just to have a bit more income. You don't even have Ling speed. We're gonna kill him with SLOWLING. Okay then. Few Corruptors help out up against the Phoenix. That is a nice thing to do because the Corruptors take a lot more time, we'll say, for Phoenix to actually deal with. A few scouting lings, I think, just testing to see what's actually at the natural. Some long distance mining going on. Oh god, the Protoss is at 29 workers. They're making 2. Uh-oh. We'll see. Maybe the Zerg will help them out. Not yet. Oh no. I think the Protoss might be going above. Took them long enough, though. 31 pros, we hit at the 20-minute mark. Somebody actually going slightly over. See for how long. Maybe the Zerg will pitch in, destroy a probe here. Zealots and Stalkers holding the natural Phoenix, occupying the main base. Well, Indigos, actually, your challenge said 30 active workers, and these two are no longer doing anything, so they're not technically active. Therefore, I only have 29 probes. Yes, of course. The devil's in the details. Armies clash in the natural. Slowlings here to help out, make things a bit uncomfortable for the Stalkers. Corruptors dealing with the Phoenix reasonably well. Most of the Mutas have died off, though. So now it's going to really be up to the Queens. Corruptors might be able to spit on some buildings here. That's going to be about it, though. Queens trying their darndest to actually win this day. It is a struggle. Corruptors go for one of the outlying base Nexuses here. Queens so far doing pretty well, I would say. Actually, looking like they're going to win this fight. Mutas once again get on top of the probes, which is going to bring that Protoss right back down to an acceptable worker level. Thank you for the contribution here. Probes from the third base returning their stuff to the natural, reinforcing warp bins. Queens still holding relatively strong. They need to get back on the creep, though. Get the transfuses rolling. Corruptors probably just spit on the Nexus, if I had to guess. No. Nothing. Well, the army's depleted. Protoss down to 2 Stalkers, 1 Void Ray, which are all just sitting decoratively up at the main base ramp here. Queen still holding strong. Reinforcing Slowlings. That's a struggle. Corruptors do decide to spit onto the Nexus. I would say you could split it up a little bit. Not have to have all 5 on one, but that's okay. Queens do get the Void Ray. Oh, good. Nope, no transfuse. Protoss struggling to keep their assets in check. Stalkers will hold the main base, I think, until they decide to actually walk out of the main base. Ooh, the Blink Micro. We're here, we're paying attention, though. Slowling Queen working this army down. Yes, the good old 22.5 minute Slowling Queen push. You still don't have Ling speed. What? How do you not have Ling speed? They actually did get a Templar Archives at long last, but it's going to be way too little too late. Worker count has dropped to 8, which actually is 0 active because, you know, none of them are actually doing anything. Indigos, fine print, I know. Just a handful of Queens, a couple Mutas, and some harsh language, but it appears to be enough for the Zerg. The Protoss not calling it quits yet, despite having no money and no real hope. The Blink Stalkers are great. All the pros use them, and the pros, they win tournaments, so I don't have to quit. I've got this, right? GG will be called and actually acknowledged by both, agreeing that was quite a game, and I would agree. I would pitch in mine as well. That was quite a game, you two. Workers kept far below the threshold for most of the match. I would say the Protoss did go... No, the Zerg didn't leave, huh? Nope, Zerg deciding to still stick around and just destroy the Protoss stuff. All right, we'll just pause it then. We'll call it over. The workers... 8 active for the Protoss. 74 were killed off, though. My word. 1 drone lost for the Zerg, sitting at a comfy 18 then, so they definitely kept themselves in check. The Zerg was indeed the submitter of this one, I do know that. So they definitely adhered to the challenge, and I'll say a little bonus clap, round of applause for making their opponent adhere to the challenge for the majority of the match, albeit unwillingly. Thank you again for the submission. Onwards now to the next match. The next match shall be played on the map Amygdala here. A blue Protoss shall occupy the upper right corner probes of Occam's Razor. And their Protoss opponent, red probes in the bottom left, it is Masquerade. I don't think that's quite how it's spelled, though. And that's a forge. Excuse me. Ah, yes. Low worker count viewer challenge here. I know what I'll do. How about a cannon rush? So original. Very good. Pylon on the high ground up here. Oh, this is a decoy. Ooh, spicy. Okay, I like it so far. Double gate. Usually you'd want all of that to be at the top of the ramp here for reasons such as stopping, this kind of shenanigan here. Pulling probes, I like the choice. Defending a cannon rush into a PvP. A lot of times, honestly, the answer is to just slap down a forge of your own. You really should send one, maybe two probes after the probe, at least. So that, they can't just sit here and make more stuff. You can't see this, can you? Oh, you can. Oh. Now's the time to panic. Okay. There's a cannon up in the main base. Yeah, with a cannon already up in the main base and no forge of your own, this is not good. Okay, we in the business might call this no bueno. Alright, not very good. The cannon right in the mineral line. Wait. It slipped a probe out the other side to make a Nexus proxy? What? Okay. So now this gets awkward. We have a cannon rush, which is going to be quite successful. I will say this main base is toast. Up against a proxy Nexus on the other side, which the opponent has not scouted. Mr. Cannon Rush here is exclusively focused on making cannons. We've got a few zealots. We made a cybercore, like no stalkers though. Just no gas, I suppose. Oh my gosh, the probe and zealot army arrives. The panic ensues. Red's probes evacuate. Get out of this base, get out of Dodge. Unfortunately, I think this might just be the end of Red because of the money. Blue kills the Nexus. Hear me out. Blue kills the Nexus. Blue has their own Nexus already here and can just mine long distance from their opponent's main base, which is a very normal sentence. But Red has no Nexus and not enough money to make anything. They're left with just a bunch of cannons in their opponent's main base, which is, at this point, not helpful. They're no longer being helpful. They are now decorative. Masquerade has not rebuilt their base and is being revealed. Lamau. You can't even disagree with it, really, at this point. Cannon Rush bested by Proxy Nexus. My recommendation usually is, to either make a forge of your own to get a cannon to shut it down, or maybe battery, stalker usually can help to shut that down. But Proxy Nexus, long distance mining as a follow-up was not on my bingo card today, so well done, Blue Proto. Oh, yes, of course, because we wouldn't want to be too inefficient in our long-distance mining here. No, of course not. Now, slap down that second Nexus. Red is going to destroy all of these buildings, but I think it's really just anger. I don't think they quite know what to do, how to process this. It's a cannon down in the natural. When did this happen? I don't know. I don't think it was ever helpful, though. It's got 0 kills. Zealots are heading back home. You don't need to do this. Like, you're in the winning position. You just stay home and don't die. and you're fine. Right? Like, well, at least jam them in the corner. No? Oh. It's 3 zealots. How many probes is this? 4, 8, 11 probes? I think the zealots still win. Oh my gosh, it's a slaughter. Well, they definitely win if the Protoss with the probes get scared. The zealots are gonna be fine. Probes do make their way up here to the main. The new main, I should say. I swear I'd do it all just the same. Perfect song choice for this. Red, I think they're just angry. I think they're just kind of flailing right now, not too sure what to do. Blue does outweigh them in the probe count. GG's go out, well played. I cannot fault anybody for having a grand time with that one. A perfect way to end, I would say, the challenge as well. Check the worker counts, of course. I doubt anybody even came close. Blue has 19 active workers, only losing 2, so to 21 total, perfectly fine. On the other side, 7 and 14, another 21 total. I would say that that was spectacular, a splendid submission. Thank you, of course, very much for everyone. Thank you, everyone, for the submissions this fine day. As always, if you enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comments below. If you're interested in submitting your own replay, checking out the challenge info, go to the Discord. Link in the description below. There's a channel in there for viewer challenge. You can check it out anytime. As always, again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day.